Sven said that while he likes you and the other people, he's like, it's more professional now because you guys are on different teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he voted me off the island.
It is the end of the third week of NALCS with coverage presented by Omni Slash. I'm joined right now by Vincent Wang himself. Some might know him as Biofrost, others as Bio Daddy. We're going to do an interview about CLG on the uptick, on the upswing. This is like the hockey stick thing, right? You guys, a little bit of this, but now this, right?
Yeah, for sure. We were 0-3, and now we're 3-3.
Yeah. So it's coming back. What does that mean for next week?
Well, we kind of just want to continue the momentum going into next week. We're kind of similar to TSM, where we started off really weak, and then everyone's like, okay, this team's going to be last place.
Yeah.
And people were also telling me that in solo queue as well when I was playing. They're like, yep, have fun to play Celsius, Bio. But we've been on the upswing, so that things have been good.
Yeah. Even Nick was telling me that. He's like, this team's 0-3. If they're 0-4, I'm just firing all of them and replacing them. That's what he said.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. Voted confidence. I'm just kidding. Nick didn't say that. So, okay, next week you have an opportunity here. You can go 5-3, or you can go 4-4 and keep people guessing. Or you could obviously go 3-5. But the 4-4 thing is interesting. Where among those three options would you like to be?
Why is this even a question? Of course I want to be 5-3.
Okay. I mean, there's a narrative here that you guys can build for yourselves. People not knowing, you know.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, if we sandbag again, we're playing against TSM and Optic next week, so that's pretty important for us in general. Playing against TSM, seeing where we are right now, because they have also been on the upswing and they look pretty good.
Yeah. How do you feel about the TSM matchup and how they've been doing? Because like you said, they've been kind of struggling, but they're on the upswing. So are you guys?
I think at least it's pretty similar, where they've been trying to build up their systems and see how everything falls into place. And usually those type of things take at least like a couple weeks for that to happen. And before the season, they didn't really get that much time to practice. And now we kind of get to see like what TSM actual skill level is. I'm pretty sure they're not even close to how good they can be.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a lot of talent on that roster similar to ours, which makes them really scary because they have a very high ceiling and they can play really well.
Do you think, I've been kind of talking to a couple different people about this, and since we're talking about TSM, it makes sense to bring it up. Do you think that what we will see at the end of the split is kind of this return to the classic teams? Because everybody started and you guys were not doing well, TSM was not doing well, TL looked okay, but we were also seeing Echo Fox, 100 Thieves. There's a lot of interesting ideas around. Maybe some of these newer teams are now going to be top. Is there a chance that, or do you think we will see sort of that classic TSM, CLG, C9, Team Liquid top four in spring finals?
For the most part, I think it will be that case because Team Liquid, they've been looking really strong right off the bat. TSM, Cloud9, and of course CLG for us. For the other orgs, they've, like even last split where we saw Dignitas kind of like rise and everyone's like, oh, maybe this time Dignitas is going to win it all. And then in playoffs, they kind of fell short, which I think a lot of the other orgs, they have a lot of experience in the scene already, and their players, at least the teams, are like, for the most part, I think C9, they've been doing really well every split. TSM finals every split. And I mean, just statistics in general just lead to seeing the same orgs in the top four.
Yeah. Would you like to see that? Would that be cool, or would you like to see newer faces?
I think seeing newer faces is cool, unless it means that I'm the one getting kicked out.
Like, as long as CLG's there, bring everybody else, whoever else.
Yeah, if CLG's at first, you can bring Golden Guardians or whatever in the mix.
The only problem is if other people get in, because you've got friends on TSM, you've got Sven on C9, you've got Peter on Team Liquid, and then there's you. So who of those people are you voting off the island for spring finals?
Oh, damn it. Who's going to get the chopping block?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. This is like one of those questions where you ask people and it's like you love all of them equally.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Sven said that while he likes you and the other people, he's like, it's more professional now because you guys are on different teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he voted me off the island.
Well, I think he just said, like he doesn't feel like he needs to like maintain the level of friendship that he had with you. I don't want to paraphrase it. It's in the interview with him, but he was basically saying like, yeah, but now we're on teams. I'm less likely to talk to other people that are on other teams because it's more kind of professional relationship with them now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case because you don't really have a lot of time to get to interact with other teammates. Of course, I would like to, but with the schedules, it's just really hard.
Yeah.
Now hearing that from Dennis, I vote him off the island.
Okay, so Cloud9 not making it to playoffs if we see it to top 4, I guess, if it goes that way. All right. What has CLG been doing behind the scenes to kind of get yourselves back in a good place?
Well, I think from the start, our scrims were going really well. So when we start off the bat like 0-3, we're a little bit confused as to why that was happening because in general, we were beating every team and we felt really confident in our early game. And it was only just our mid and late game which we were kind of working on, and it kind of got better as the weeks went on. So we always knew that we were a good team, but we just didn't like really perform on stage, and now it's kind of finally like clicking in. And I think it's just that sometimes happens, and I just hope that with the upcoming weeks we play the same way as we do in scrims.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else before I get to the traditional zany part of the interview. No, I think we're good. Oh, actually, finally, the meta. Talk to me about the meta because some of the other players are griping about it, and others are just sort of like, yeah, it's bad, but I'm just going to play in it.
Well, there's like a lot of supports being played, at least for like my role, and you see engage supports, sometimes you see range support, you know, GGS, they play Karma. Everyone's just trying to figure out what's like the best thing, and a lot of people are going to copy what Korea's playing, and they haven't played on the new patch yet. So I'm sure that for next week, we're going to see even more picks come up, and for us, we've been practicing a lot of fringe picks as well, but we haven't been able to show it out on stage. Yeah. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that. Yeah.
Finally, just before this interview, you just met, actually, I don't know if you know this, but so you met your Twitch artist. Did you know that she also does my Twitch emotes?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Nephiloid does both of ours. And I was looking at Twitch emotes recently. In fact, I was having this conversation with Zix right beforehand, and Zix and I agreed that one of your best Twitch emotes is Biogasm. And so I was very curious, because instead of having that, you know, like you have some that are actually your face and the others that are more drawn. Is there, as I've noticed that one is drawn, is there any way we could see what that looks like on your face in real life?
If you're telling me to do that right now, I'm giving you a no.
Okay, well, listen, I tried. But will you think about it?
Maybe not on camera. Maybe in private, Travis.
Okay. All right, we'll talk about that later. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans?
For those of you that support us even when we're 0-3, thank you a lot, because every time we go on social media and we see those kind words, it just helps us keep going and keep trying really hard.
What about when you go on social media and you see the unkind words? What does that do?
Keep hitting, bros.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the interview, Bio. Good to talk to you. And congratulations on your first undefeated week so far in 2018. We'll see what you got in store next week as you go up against TSM and Optic. Blah. It's been a long day. You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Why haven't you subscribed yet? You should definitely do that. Omni Slash and I are bringing you these interviews. You haven't done it. It's just so disappointing. Please subscribe.